What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug. Welcome back to
Raw is live from the Big Apple. And King, I'm anxious to see what's going to happen after the events that took place last week.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. The Road.
Are you crazy, Cena?
I've been accused of it a time or two.
I just had Randy in my office telling me that you and MVP beat him up last week.
What are you gonna do, ground me?
So it's true. Well, since you and MVP enjoy ganging up on people so much, tonight you're getting a taste of your own medicine. The two of you are facing Legacy in a 2-on-3 handicap match.
Look, Stephanie, you put whoever you want in there with Orton. I got something for him. And here's what I got for you.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, the Road to WrestleMania. And we beat up Legacy, not Randy Orton. Batista, come back. I want to talk to Big Dave. Big Dave.
Hey man, take a hike.
Yeah, alright, sure, fine. Thanks, Batista. We didn't beat up Randy Orton last week. We beat up Cody and Ted last week. Yesterday. There was that. That happened. It was on the show. Steph, do you watch the show? Clearly not. Anyway, welcome to Monday. It's a new week. Yes, it is. I need a Slurpee. That banner ad is working. I need a Slurpee. Anyway, let's go increase our stats here and then go see what is going on in the other locker rooms and who there is to talk to, if you will.
I'm fine, Doc.
What?
Just give me my lollipop and get back to rapping gauze or something. Well, I saw what Finley did to you tonight.
He likes to fight.
You're lucky I'm not scooping you up in a bucket.
You will be the one who will need help if you keep talking like that.
Well, yes, sir. The patient is always right.
Give him a Z-Pack, he'll be fine. Now, I know I just talked to Steph on the phone, but let's barge into her office and talk to her here, too. No? Nothing? Nothing?
Look, I understand wanting nothing more than to slap that smirk off Orton's face. But you can't run around with a blatant disregard for the standards of this company. Now go get ready for your match.
Now go get ready for your match. First of all, Cody and Ted were jumping MVP, and I stepped in to help the man. I didn't want to, but I did. So, there was no Randy Orton beatdown, Steph. That didn't happen. You're imagining things. Anyway, I'm not a fan of all faces are friends and all heels are friends. I never liked that. Like, have a little bit more nuance than that. And there's my time machine. Fella!
Parlez-vous, Seamus? What's more magical than you and me?
Wow. These paint fumes are something because I'm hallucinating. Right? You think you have a shot at Maurice?
Yeah, Seamus. Who do you think you are? The Miz? I mean, that might explain why Maurice was walking so fast yesterday. Getting away from Seamus. The Glamazon. Are you going to have an interview, Glamazon, or are you not going to have a... Your mouth's moving, but I don't hear any words. What? Talk.
Keep walking, brother.
Brother! Okay. Sure, Beth. Can I talk to Todd Gresham? No? Alright. Fair enough. On the card tonight, elsewhere, Morrison versus Tyson Kidd, Evan Bourne, Big Zeke, Ziggler, Michelle versus Kane and Maurice. Kane and Maurice. We're already at the point where match 4 has already happened because Big Zeke is already back in the doctor's office. Big Show, HBK, and then, of course, that handicap match. So let's go talk to MVP and see what it do. MVP, what you got?
You ready for a little payback?
After you.
But...
What the hell are you doing in here?
Wait.
Do I detect a hint of fear in your voice, Randy? Not so bad without your boys around, are you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
If you're gonna send your boys to someone's locker room to beat someone up, better make sure they do the job. And if you want to not get caught, then don't use the same 2 guys you've been rolling with for years.
Sounded like a good idea, though. 2 guys busting in, beating a lesson into somebody. Mind if I copy you?
You can't just barge in here and threaten.
A threat is nothing but words. We prefer actions.
We'll see you later tonight, Randy.
Okay. But we still didn't beat him up last week, despite what Steph says. It didn't happen. Unless you lied about it, Randy. Why you lying about it, Randy?
You need to leave, Cena. Or do I need to have you stripped of the #1 contender spot?
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm John Cena. Recognize. I will get just as many shots as Roman Reigns gets for absolutely no reason. Because John Cena. Alright, Randy Orton has to have finishers from both John Cena and MVP. Okay. Is that optional or mandatory? Ah, yes. Both Cena and MVP must perform finishers on Randy Orton. And on top of that, you must win. So, that sounds mandatory to me. I just missed the shoulder block. Wow. Wow. Anyway, yes, that hot, fresh matchup that everyone wants to see. John Cena and Randy Orton. That they had 8 gajillion times. Because good God. Because good God. Anyway, yeah, here on a fine Monday, there's basically no news today. It is just a barren wasteland. What a wasteland of important or rumors or anything of any significance, really, that I would typically discuss on this show. But, obviously, Raw is tonight. And the one thing that I think will be the most interesting, the most illuminating, the most potentially terrible, but potentially amazing on Raw tonight is going to be Sami Zayn exposing Bobby Lashley by bringing his sisters that he found on Facebook onto Raw. So, I really want to see how they handle that. I really, really do. Because I can't imagine it's going to be good. But maybe it'll be good. Like, maybe they won't totally pull a Bayley, this is your life segment out of that. But it also might be just completely and totally terrible. So, you know, look, I enjoy a good train wreck. That's not... I'm not above enjoying an absolute total train wreck on Raw, which, you know, happens now and then. As Booker T would say, this is hard to watch. So, it is what it is, but... Man, that is like the one thing on Raw that I'm actually looking forward to. Whether it be good or bad, I'm looking forward to it. So, here's a hoping. Here's a hoping that it's at least somewhat decent, or at least establishes Lashley as a character of some kind. He's just been kind of a bland bit of not much of anything so far on the show. Just, hey, I'm doing tag team stuff with Braun for reasons. Like, why does Braun even need to be in the tag division? He's Braun Strowman. Like, I don't get that at all. Hey, Cody, how about you tag out somebody fresh? Not Ted. I need to fight Randy Orton. Baby. I don't want to, but I need to. That needs to happen. So if I gotta beat up Ted here for a bit, that's fine. Now, to follow up on a bit from yesterday on One Big Cass. Now, social media, like official WWE social media, is talking about how, yeah, Big Cass is having some knee problems at these house shows, and how will that affect him going into SmackDown fighting Joe for a Money in the Bank qualifier? And I'm like, that's how they play it up. So that to me says two things. It says, one, Big Cass is going to lose on Tuesday, and two, they will play up this knee injury during that match with either a count out or Joe just won't stop targeting the knee and the ref stops the match, something. It won't be a clean finish, because it seems like they want to keep some type of heat on Big Cass as, you know, a big deal in the future, but they also don't want to have Joe completely just destroy him. So, that is certainly a smart way of doing that, by having you play up the damage that was dealt by Daniel Bryan last week, and then, like, that is the reason that he loses the match. Like, that's a logical conclusion, and actually pretty smart booking for once. So, there is that. Attitude adjustment onto Cody, but we don't need to hit it onto Cody. We don't need to be all in. What we need is a Randy Orton. And gotta stop hiding behind your boys in Legacy here. Go tag out. Go tag out. There we go. Randy Orton. Yeah, so, again, my previous discussion here on, look, heels and faces. Look, you want to have a heel and a face turn and then have them be friends? Like, okay, that's whatever. But this notion that heels and faces, just because they're heels and faces, are friends, makes, like, it gets on my nerves. Like, for example, in the recent days, in the recent Raws, when they had a 6-man tag, and one of those tag teams had members that included Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns should never be on the same side on anything. Ever. They should always be blood rivals. They should always be not agreeing because of all of the transpirings that happened to them, like last year. That should be, an epic feud for the ages, and you never have them agree on anything in forever. Again, Randy Orton, John Cena should never be friends. They should never be on the same side for anything. They should always be rivals. I don't ever want to see them fight again, because that happened a million times, but they should always be rivals. Regardless of being face, heel, whatever. They should always, always, always be rivals. There was one thing that really bugged me when... No, get him! Get him! Get him! There it goes. When John Cena, when Team Cena defeated Team Authority at Survivor Series a couple of years back, right? And the stipulation was that you were going to have the Authority be relieved of power, right? That was the whole deal. And the way they got around getting that back was that they had Seth Rollins threatening Edge to break his neck and whatever else, right? And John Cena had to save Edge. He had to save him from getting his neck broken by Seth Rollins with a curb stomp onto the briefcase. And I'm like, no. John Cena should never have to save Edge. That should never happen. Because John Cena and Edge went through so much. They should always be enemies. Even if Edge is retired, they should always be enemies. Always. Like, I just hate the notion of, all heels are friends and all faces are friends. That's stupid. There's more nuance than that in real life, so kind of work that into your wrestling. Just a little bit. Like Hogan and Piper. That was always Hogan and Piper. They were never friends. Okay, Randy Orton. You got all the moves happened to you. I did all the things. And now I'm going to try to pin you here in the corner because video games. John Cena, help me out. John Cena, help me out. John Cena, you're the worst. The match continues. Now it's just win the match. Because we did all the things. Now it's just win the match. Okay. What? No. Why is it when I get the finisher, they start doing all these reversals? I don't get it. You're a Nagi. I don't get it. DiBiase. No. Attitude. Adjustment. Alright, MVP. Do a thing. Please lead to a pinfall. Please. No, he didn't do enough things. MVP not doing enough things. Yeah, get in there. Hold him off, MVP. Just hold him off. Just be balling. Just hold him off. And there we go. Won the match.
Outnumbered against one of the WWE's toughest factions ever, and these two came out on top.
My crown is off to Cena and MVP. That was no small feat.
It seems they have Orton's number, but knowing Randy, it's only a matter of time before he has his revenge. How will the Viper regroup?
Yeah, good question. How? Where's Manu? What you working on, Steph?
You need to control those two criminals.
Oh, Randy. What are you talking about?
Cena and MVP. They're running around, threatening me, trying to ambush me. They probably have traps set everywhere.
You're a big boy. What do you want me to do about it?
This is an unsafe work environment. I'm WWE champion. There are threats against my life. I need round-the-clock security. As a businesswoman, you can't leave your biggest investment unprotected. Can you?
I can, and I will. So far, Cena has done nothing to warrant my intervention. And until he does, you're facing him at the Royal Rumble. Now, if that's all...
Fine. You obviously have some bias preventing you from acting sensibly. I'll go above your head on this one if I have to, Stephanie.
Vince? He's right there in the back. Right, Brooks. So you're saying you need some J&J security, Randy? Is that what you're saying? Anyway, we'll find out what that means tomorrow on the show. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. I'll see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.